Welcome back. I'm gonna be reacting to how Pixagon 3D lost 98% of its players by kalex. I actually played Pixagon on my phone. I pretty much beat. Okay, no, there were multiple worlds, right? I beat the first two, maybe three. Wait, did I stop at a hospital? No, I didn't. I completed the hospital. Because I remember I finished the first world. Like I almost finished the second. Because it's a PvP game, but there's like an adventure mode here where
10
you just kill zombies, kill X amount, then you progress. Pretty simple.
years, Pixel 3D went from a beloved childhood game to one of the most hated games of all time,
What?
dropping from an impressive 500,000 daily player count to sometimes not even being able to reach 1,000 players recently. So where did it all go wrong? Well, to understand that,
No, no. Let me guess. Mobile game. Mobile game. Okay, it's a mobile game. Let's just make that clear. It's a mobile game. If you don't understand, it's a mobile game. It's 2025, and it's a mobile game. You know what that means? Advertisements. 20 ads. When I played it, it already had like a lot of pop-ups. Well, not a lot. It had like enough pop-ups where it was annoying.
we need to go back to 2013. At the time, games like Counter-Strike and the shooter
I didn't
genre in
play it
general
back
was
here.
starting to blow up. But the thing was, it was only accessible on PC and had an older audience. Now
Yeah.
with that, Alex Krasnov saw an opportunity. He saw that the whole concept was working on PC and there were no other games like that on mobile, meaning there was a clear market gap. What other games were blowing up at that time? That's right, Minecraft. So
Minecraft.
high on some shrooms, probably. He
Dude,
thought,
talking about Minecraft, I want to play Minecraft. So I saw there was like a Minecraft, like a Dark Souls mod mod pack. There's like a mod pack in Minecraft that like is it here? I don't think so actually. L Give me a second. Sorry about this. Minecraft. Is it this? Uh, uh, I think it's this one, right? Yeah, here. I think it's this, right? Dawncraft? Like, I saw a couple clips of it, and it looked cool. There's like actual quest that the villagers can give you. There's like a classes, right? Okay, maybe I'll do a video reacting to it. Yeah, I'm actually saw a bit of it and it looked pretty good. I have a lot of games right now. Can you guys see this? Let me look. Yeah. I have to play this for the first time. Path of Exile 2 is releasing something new. I've been online, ignore this. I installed this, then uninstalled it immediately. Because I just remembered getting ganked up on the PvP area, losing everything, pissed me off. Didn't even need to touch it. Baldur's Gate, I made it to the Mist Islands, and I couldn't play anymore because my PC was shitty, and it just constantly crashed. Like even the opening cinematic of like the balloon coming down, the Mind Flayer like ship coming down. I'm not joking. It took like 2 hours for it to load, and it was 2 hours after like 20 tries because it just freeze on the dark screen and like crash. But it was like it didn't crash my PC. Like I didn't get a blue screen or anything like that. Uh, that's about it. These two, Disco Elysium, I also want to play this. I've heard it's good. Dragon's Dogma, I pretty much finished it. I just need the second half of the game, the DLC, the Decoration Island, which I want to play on stream. That's about it. Like I do have a lot of games to play. Anyways, let's get back
Uh,
to it.
hmm. Let's just combine the two. So combining Minecraft, CSGO, some random shit and adding a storyline to the whole thing, we got
Yeah, I
Pixel
remember
Ground
this.
3D. In theory, the perfect game. Yeah, it completely flopped. Not even reaching 1,000 players his first month. The game was repetitive and had no replay value. But here is where things started to take a turn. You see, over the next couple of months, the game would see very little growth. The game was clearly missing something, and Alex needed to come up with something fast. Over the next coming updates, he added new guns, items, and other shiny objects.
No?
But one update stood out from the rest. Update 1.2. Apart from featuring more unnecessary junk, it had a single feature that would
Garena?
change the game forever. Multiplayer. With this update, you are now able to play with other people, including your friends in the FFA game mode. The point of the mode was simple. You were thrown into a free-for-all arena with about 10 other players, and the person who got the most amount of kills won the game. Nothing too crazy, right? But this is exactly what the game was missing. It introduced a competitive aspect, meaning you now had an actual reason to grind the game, also promoting the growth of communities.
Yeah, but when you add PvP, you can't add pay to win. Because what happens is, so pay to win and like whales and free to play, they have a like a cohabitation. You know what I mean? Like if there's no free to play players, then the pay to win won't play your game. But the free to play players will leave if they feel the gap is too big between them. So you gotta make a balance where the free to play feel like they can be better than the pay to win if they try hard enough. Which a lot of things don't do, like Lost Ark didn't do that. A lot of games don't do that for some reason because they just want to milk it, then just leave the game, make a new one, and complete because it works. Just make a new game, do it again.
Keep this in mind for later. The game,
The game-
immediately skyrocketed in popularity,
yeah.
going from a couple of hundred players per day to over 10,000. This is probably around the time you were introduced to the game, where maps
yeah.
like Heavenly Garden and Pool Party were first added. Over the next coming months, the game would continue growing exponentially, and with that, the developers added more updates to support the exponentially growing player base. Update 0.8. The
Wait.
developers added more
I remember this one, so I probably played around
updates
here.
to
I remember this one. I don't remember the duck. So I probably skipped this
support the
or like uninstalled. I remember this one.
exponentially growing
Yeah.
player base. Update 0.89. Introducing the new Capture the Flag game mode. Two teams competing against each
think
other,
this was
with each
when I
team assigned
played.
their own side with a flag. And point of the game was to bring the enemy's team flag onto your own territory. Update 0.92. Adding the Hunger Games game mode, which is already a popular thing back then. 10 players thrown onto a map with loot chests all scattered around, and the
I didn't
last
play
man
this.
standing won. And these are all things that became iconic staples of the game. The updates had actual meaning and purpose, making
By the way, Minecraft did Hunger Games first,
the game
so they probably got the idea from there.
genuinely better and fixing real problems. But behind the scenes, things were starting to bubble. With the new active player base, Alex saw an opportunity to make money. You see,
Yeah.
previously, similar to other games, you were only able to buy cosmetic items for real money, which
Yeah,
didn't
sure.
affect the gameplay. But with this update, he added the option to purchase coins, for which you could purchase in-game items. Going from the everyone had an equal chance of victory, to now adding the possibility to buy yourself to the top without any more skill. But this was only a slight annoyance to the player base, since the items you could purchase weren't even that hard to get without paying. So the game
Sure.
continued to grow, and now content creators started to pick it up as well. The game was fun, replayable, and was popular, making
Yeah,
it
sure.
literally perfect to make videos on.
Yeah.
Creators like Exotic
I didn't
Game
really
and Satyric
play the
Ink were the
PvP.
first to pick up on this.
PvP a
And
lot.
now, with videos being
I
made
mostly
about
just played
Pixel Gun,
PvE,
it took the
beat
game
it,
to a
then I
whole
was
nother
done.
level. At that time as well, Update 6.0 was released. The community aspect of Pixel Gun was one of the biggest reasons for the game's success. So they added clans, which was very well received, and
Sure.
new clans quickly started forming, further amplifying the competitive aspect.
Yeah, there was a team versus team. So having clans means you can talk with people and group up with them. Yeah, That's smart.
of
Yeah.
Pixel Gun, making the community
I can see
even
why
more
people liked it.
dedicated. The game had now surpassed its newcomer status, having over 50 million players and being a titan in mobile gaming. The game had a core player base, community and dedicated fans, large content creators making videos about the game, and an established developer team. The game was on top of the world. It showed no
Wait, let me guess. It's trying to do the Uber. It comes in. Oh, hey, look, it's a cute little bunny. Whoa. Then everyone starts looking at it, using it. Boom. There's no longer like taxis like other games like this because this one just it's basically a monopoly over this type of genre. Now that it has a monopoly over it, this one doesn't. I'm just being retarded. It's not really a monopoly, right? Because it's a game. Like others can make games like it. But what I mean is, it basically makes you think, oh, I want to play like a kind of like shooter in game in a mobile. You think of this, and not the others. You don't look for it. You just play this, and it becomes like the like Fortnite. Fortnite. When you think of battle royale, who do you think of? You think of Fortnite. So you go play Fortnite when you wanna play a battle royale or PUBG, I guess. But there's a lot of other battle royales. You don't play those. You think Fortnite better, PUBG. They're doing the same thing. You know, like you just like when you think, oh, I need a ride. Who should I call for a ride? All right, Uber. People no longer think, oh, I need a taxi. They just think Uber. So that's basically what they're doing. They're expanding until people think of them first when they want to play like a shooter. And now they have basically a monopoly. What they do is they add microtransactions and just ruin the
signs of
game.
slowing down. But from this point on, things would start to
Just like
take a
how Uber
weird
raised the
turn. A
prices
couple
and
of
all that.
months go by and the game is still rapidly growing. And you would think the game's features would do the same, but there were barely any significant updates made, except the addition of more OP weapons, which we'll get into in a bit. The game
You
got
buy them
stagnant,
with real
meanwhile
money.
the player base was still growing, and understandably so, the more experienced players were starting to get bored. But forget
Yeah.
the players, there was a way bigger issue at stake. Pixel Gun content creators were relying on the constant supply of new content in the game and things to make videos about. But without that, there were a lot less videos being made about the game, so the developers had to come up with something quick to freshen up the game and keep the players engaged. So they decided to follow in their old footsteps. Update 11.0. Now this update added duels, a new game mode. They learned from the mistakes and finally added a new core feature to the game. Good, right? But they didn't account for one thing. You see, in the duels mode, you're placed in a map with one other person, and the point of the game is to
Oh,
kill your opponent. You know the deal. Compared
never mind. I did play this. I played a duel, so I remember now.
to the similar FFA mode, you're with 10 other players. One person may
Yeah, because
snipe you from the
I
back.
think I played it with my cousin actually, and I think I played in Cuba. Wait, no, I didn't. No, in Cuba I played the arena. I think the arena with the zombies, not with real players. Then wait, I do remember playing 1v1 versus a friend or a family member or whatever.
One may have a higher position than you, giving them the upper hand. Point is, there were so many factors determining who won, making players less focused on skill and more so on the gameplay and just having fun. Duels Arena on the other hand, you're placed with one other person. The map is completely the same for both players on each side. The mode has a skill matching system, and your focus is 100% on your opponent. A complete
It got
50-50
toxic.
for both players, making the match completely skill reliant. There was no luck involved. It was purely skill based. This mode introduced a completely new realm to the game. Players all of a sudden became a lot better, and I mean way
Toxic?
better. Now the players who weren't willing to grind the game couldn't keep up with the pro players. The skill gap between new
Doesn't matter. If you're too bad to play this, just play the normal mode. It's like me. Like I know I know if I played like League of Legends ranked, I could probably get to diamond or so, but I'm not good enough to get challenger. So I just play for fun. Yeah, if I can't make it to the best rank, I just play for fun because there's no point.
new players was growing by the day, and that understandably raised the entry level. The developers noticed this as well, and they did something about it, but not in the way you would expect. Remember how I told you earlier that Pixel Gun was notorious for adding new weapons to the game? Well, that's
Pay to
exactly
win.
what they
Pay
did
to win.
now.
Pay to
In
win.
Pixel Gun, you
Yeah. I remember opening the game, getting an instant pop-up. It was like 12 or 30 coins, like gold coins, for like a weapon. It was like, what? Why the fuck would I buy this? You do understand, I can buy another game for this, right? Not even that, but like, I could save this money, and if I ever, and next summer when I go to Cuba to visit my grandma, which by the way, rest in peace. Uh, I shouldn't have brought that up. Uh, you know, I can use that money, convert it to Cuban pesos, which is basically, well, it's a lot of money. Let's just say that like th $3 or $4 into Cuban pesos is a lot. So I could just buy like 4 pizzas, just eat pizza every day, and Cuban pizza is, it's amazing. Like straight from the oven. They'd put it in like a like cardboard, and it's so cheesy. So fuck off, fuck
start
man,
with a
I'm getting
certain amount
hungry.
of coins, which you can buy weapons for. So they thought, alright, why not just
But yeah, that's the main reason I really don't buy like cosmetics like this. The only place I really bought cosmetics has been League of Legends. I won't lie, they got me. Like I played the game for like since actually I started playing the game during COVID. I was playing like at least once a day because I was playing during my classes as well. And to be fair, I passed all my classes with A's and B's. Even when I went to school, it's pretty simple. Like I feel like school is pretty simple. You just pay half attention
introduce
and you're
better
good.
weapons so new players can buy them and have a chance against pros. And that's what they did. They started to add weapons literally at one point every
Doesn't matter because the pros will also buy weapons to keep up, and now you paid for nothing. You paid to be trash, basically.
week. This resulted in them earning more money than ever. But it did one thing that would completely destroy
Also, now the pros, like let's be honest, now that paying to be good is added into the game, the pros kind of lose interest because now they're all the time it took them to become like that skill at that to reach that skill level, you can get it with the weapon. So now they're just gonna move into another game.
the game. First, it did the opposite of what they were intending. Pro players were now buying up these weapons, making them even more OP.
Yeah.
And second of all, the weapons that old players had grinded for in previous seasons now became completely useless against
Yeah.
the new OP weapons. But why would they care? They were now making more money than ever. And why even waste money developing intuitive updates, genuinely making the game better and more fun, when you can just add more guns and make 10 times more money than an actual update ever would? So that's
Yeah.
what they did. More guns, more items, pets, whatever the fuck this is.
Oh yeah, I remember
more and
pets
more
now.
things you can spend money on, and so on and so on. And guns that were previously easy to get now took days of grinding, further incentivizing the players to
The classic. The classic. Oh yeah. Okay, guys. This weapon is OP, sure, but you can get it by playing. You just need to play for 3 years constantly. I mean, yeah, you can, or you can buy it for $3. Like we're nice.
spend money. This is where everything started going downhill. Players started leaving by the second. Even recently joined players were now leaving after realizing how pay to win the game is. The developers made some attempts at saving the game, like adding skill matching and changing the clan
Doesn't
system,
matter.
and at some point even removing the duelist mode altogether. But the damage was already
Doesn't
done.
matter. It's
And
still pay to win.
ironically, the changes they made
Once you've got pay to win, you can never go back. At that point, you just have to go all in. Try to milk the players for all they're worth at that point. Because the people who are still playing when the game is pay to win in the public eye, they're just whales and losers, dick eaters. So the more weapons you add and try to milk them, the more the wolves will eat it up. Yeah, just farm them and then release another game because when a game is labeled pay to win, they can't recover. At least I've never seen one recover at least.
Ended up upsetting the player base even more. But after that, nothing more happened. They also tried hopping on some trends like Squid Game and the Battle Royale mode to make a quick buck, further showcasing their greed and lack of care for the community. One
Yep.
more thing to mention as well is that they removed like 70% of the OG maps and items from the game for some reason. And at that point, the game was truly unsavable.
Okay, you know what they probably tried to do by remove them? Fuck, dude, it's an 8-minute video or 9. I feel like I've been here for like 20 minutes. Oh shit, okay. Let's do this fast since I do have to go and do something right now. So what they tried to do was probably delete them from the map pool, then add them later on as OG map game mode. Like you know how Fortnite brought the previous maps for like limited time or something, and then people came back. That's probably what they tried to do.
Skip to present day, and the game is left with about only a couple of thousand active players per day,
Yeah,
consisting of
deserved.
tryhards that grind the game 10 hours a day and spend thousands on it, and
Yeah.
7-year-olds that have way too much time on their hand. The game is hacker infested, and
That
it's
was
just genuinely a mess. When you open up the game, you get bombarded with about 30 different pop-ups, begging you to spend your parents' retirement fund on some fucking dragon
Yeah.
pet. And apart from the developer's greed, I think there was one more thing as well, which made the game completely fall off. The game did not innovate. They tried clinging onto the features that made it successful in the
Yep.
first place, but they didn't realize that.
Oh, okay. So all the innovations that this video talked about, like all the things they added, deadly games, 1v1s, this was already in CS:GO. This was already in Minecraft. Like the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games were on Minecraft. Like apart from being on phone, it didn't have anything new. Did it? Like pets, I guess. But other games had pets, like Pokemon Go, or not Pokemon Go, just Pokemon had pets. So they're like it's fun for a while, but then it just becomes boring.
Innovation is
There's other games that do what it does, but it does it better, more competitive, and more fair. Like,
truly why Pixel
why would
blew
you
up.
play
It's
this?
because Alex dared to take that risk of adding multiplayer, not knowing if it will work or not. So yeah, that's it. Please sub, bye.
Nice video. Is Geometry Dash actually the hardest game? Oh, what's this? Oh, that it was the fat guy, but it's someone called Jelly. And there's I actually do have to leave. The video was good. It's a shame, but you know, it's 2025. Unless the government does something, it's just all the games are pretty much pay to win. Like I started playing this game called Amikin Village. It's basically like a Power World, like Pokemon and survival. It's a bit shitty, and it does have a lot of flaws, but it's been fun. To be fair, this game is one of the rare ones which don't spam ads on you, which is weird. This is not an ad or anything. And it's a peace. I see you tomorrow probably, or maybe later today in like a couple hours. I might start stream again. Depends. Have a good day.